Questions? We'll start with Greg Hunter.
So, Coach, it sounded like you were giving Deuce a little grief for defense earlier, but your numbers defensively are pretty good. I mean, 15-5 in turnovers, 21-4 in points off turnovers. So what did you think of your defense for the most part, especially in that second half run?
I thought we did a better job handling ball screens, but then we got a little lazy and didn't do as good a job. I think this way for this team is the best way to handle ball screens. So I thought that part of it was better. We didn't do a very good job post defense, and we didn't really rebound the ball, Greg, the way we need to rebound it.
Go ahead, John Antonic.
Hey, Coach, I was curious, the zone you threw out there in the second half, was that out of frustration or was that just something to change things up?
No, we worked on it. We worked on it. We wanted to throw it out there and see how we did against another team. And we wanted to change the tempo a little bit. They were coming off of those ball screens pretty hard at us, and that kind of stopped some of the ball screening things. But it's a work in progress, John, to say the least.
Charles Montgomery.
Coach Huggins, so you had talked about it through the first 4 games. Emmitt trying to break out of his little bit of a rut that he's been in early on. So tonight he broke out. Just what does that do overall for you guys to be able to just move forward and hopefully have that continuously with him?
Well, he took some bad shots during a stretch. They shot him too quick, and then he really got settled down, I think, in the second half, and he was huge in the second half. We've been on him since he got here to be a little more assertive in taking the ball at the rim, and he obviously took it at the rim a couple times with a lot of strength, and then made a huge three. The three that he made kind of put the game away for us.
Next is Justin Jackson.
Coach, I don't know, there's a little bit under 7 minutes left. The game's tied at 60, and Deuce makes that play where he creates a loose ball by diving on the floor and forces Blair into the backcourt, and then eventually forces him into a travel. How big of a play is that overall for you guys tonight?
Well, I think there were a lot of plays in that stretch, Justin. That certainly was a big play. But there were a lot of plays in that stretch. I think, Derek went up and got a rebound between 2 guys that was a man's rebound. Emmitt made some plays as well. But I think Deuce is knocking a ball in the backcourt. I think really it forced them to take a hurried shot, which obviously got us possession of the ball again, and kind of that was part of the run that kind of put the game out of reach for them.
Skylar Callahan.
Hey, Coach, seems like you guys had a lot more success in the second half, pounding the ball underneath. Was it more so of just the approach or just being able to have those bigs out on the floor?
It was having the bigs out on the floor, having the right bigs out on the floor. We got bigs that are jump shooters, and then we've got bigs like Oscar and Derek who are power players. And we had power players out there during that stretch.
Next is Cody Nesper.
So, Coach, you mentioned the run in the second half where you kind of took the lead. And what do you think changed there? I think it was Deuce hit a 3-pointer that kicked off a 10-0 run. Just what do you think changed after that?
Well, Emmitt hit a big 3-pointer. Emmitt drove it at the basket and scored over top of him. Derek kept balls alive for us on the offensive glass and scored in the offensive glass. They were blocking shots and really changing shots, and we really weren't able to score it close. And Derek came in that changed everything in terms of being able to score it close. I thought, Taz made a huge shot for us in transition. I thought it was that was a good team run right there.
We'll go back to Greg.
Bob, a little bit more on Derek. I'm sure he's a little frustrated because of the foul trouble in the first half and he hardly got to play. What kind of, inspiration was that when he finally got and stayed on the floor in the second half? He really seems to take charge.
Well, he kept bugging the heck out of me, trying to get back in the game, and I kept telling him I need him at the end, particularly in light of the fact that Gabe got in foul trouble. We need one of those two guys on the floor, and then we got in more foul trouble. So we really had to put Derek in. I may have put him in even a little sooner than I wanted to, but the whole game changes whenever he's in there because he separates people. He keeps balls alive on the offensive glass, and obviously he's able to score it in there.
Next question is from Mike Kazaza.
Bob, how are you?
Good, Mike.
Good. You just mentioned there that was a good team run right there. If you get out of there today and you don't win, or you win, I'm sorry, if you get out of there but you don't have that run where it looks like everything comes together at the opportune time and maybe even searching for something emphatic like that for a while, is it the same, or did you kind of need to have that in your pocket going home?
Oh, I think that helped us. I mean, they obviously knew how bad they were the first half. And I think that was important because hopefully now they understand that we're able to score when we move the ball. We have a hard time scoring when you don't move the defense. If you let the defense stay planted, that fortifies their defense so much more, and we got to move them. And I think that's this time of year. I said that a little earlier, but I think this time of year, guys coming off of open gyms and so forth, that where they do dribble, which is fine. They're trying to work on their game. I got that, but we need to play a whole lot more together, which I thought during that run we did. There were I think Justin mentioned, Deuce knocking the ball loose, but Derek got hard rebounds. Oscar made some tough baskets inside. Deuce was good at the offensive end as well, and Taz had a huge shot for us in transition, huge. To really kind of get us going. So I thought that was a team thing, and hopefully that carries over into the rest of the year, hopefully.
We'll go next to Ron Bailey.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
I'm okay. How you doing?
Okay, real quick. What was the impact of your adjustment doubling Wahab in the second half? I thought it kind of took him out of a rhythm, made him a little uncomfortable. And then question number two, is this McBride guy really turning into a big-time point guard? He was able to score, yet control the tempo and kind of lead you guys to victories in a number of ways.
Well, he's getting better and better. He wasn't a point guard in high school, so it's been a learning experience for him. And he's a smart kid. He's a great kid, and he listens and tries to do what you ask him to do, and consequently he continues to get better. I forgot what the first question was you asked me. You gave me one of them two-part.
It was doubling Wahab. What was the impact in your estimation of doubling Wahab to begin the second half?
Well, getting Gabe his fourth fouls really was what the end result. And I didn't want to do it because I need Gabe and I need Derek on the floor, one of the two anyways. And we doubled it, but we doubled. It was more a reaction than anything else. And the problem is, it seems like they can double Derek and everybody and our guys, and every time we go to double somebody, the whistle gets to blowing.
Thanks for your time.
Yep.
Couple more for Coach. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Hugs, how much is the foul trouble you're getting with the bigs, your guards struggling to handle dribble drives and fight off ball screens?
I think we're working through it. I mean, in some ways, it's not a bad thing because we get to put other guys on the floor and get them some experience. but you know, Derek's first one he got out, he was out on the floor guarding a perimeter guy, and it, you know, you tell him 1,000 times to get your hands out. And he had them in, and they called him for pushing off with his forearm, which he probably did, you know. But you can do that in open gym, you know. You can do that in the summertime, and we just got to help him break that habit. You know, I don't know. That's why we got a bunch of them.
And go ahead, Justin.
Coach, I'm just kind of curious. Kind of talked about the other day about starting a lot of the season on the road. You guys played 5 games on the road now. I'm just kind of wondering, what is this bunch like to travel with? You know, what's it been like to be with these guys for 5 games away from home?
Well, they're great guys. I mean, they're not low maintenance. They're no maintenance. You know, they do what you ask them to do, and you know, they're really good people. You know, the road thing. You know, if we would go back a few years when we were in the Big East, any road win in the Big East was a great win. And so to come into a Big East school and win on the road. The last time we came in here, we got beat by, it seemed like 100. So I mean, it's a good feeling being able to get a Big East win and be able to get out of here.
And Ron, you can have our last question.
Okay, thank you, Coach. You've shown that a seasoned veteran can change what he does in midstream, in the sense that you guys aren't pressing and trapping all over the place. How has that adjustment been this year for you?
I mean, you have to adjust your personnel, and our personnel when we had JC and we had Dax. I mean, we had 2 terrific on the ball guys, and then we had Nate Adrian and John Holden over the ball. 2 long guys and guys that could really run. So when the ball went over their head, they could chase it down and be in the play. We don't have that now, but we're bigger, we're stronger, we're more physical. Our guards are bigger. So, you adjust to your personnel, and that's what we're trying to do. And I'm blessed to have a coaching staff that helps me with that a great deal.
Thanks, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Coach. Thanks for the time. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.